In this video, I'm going to showcase a new and improved version of the traditional SuperTrend Indicator that can be used to identify the trend as well as the buy and sell entry points in the market. To add this indicator to your chart, you want to go to TradingView, which is actually the trading platform that I normally use. If you need to sign up, the link for that is going to be in the video description. Next, you want to load any trading security that you like in any time frame. For me, I'm going to be using the 1 hour time frame of GBP/JPY. Next, you want to click on Indicators and then type in Liquidity-Weighted SuperTrend, and it's gonna be this one by Kazo_. The Liquidity-Weighted SuperTrend Indicator is a versatile and adaptive tool designed to help traders identify trends as well as potential reversal points in the market. So this indicator offers two modes, aggressive and smoothed, allowing users to customize the trend detection according to their trading style. The aggressive mode can be switched on in the settings right here, and as you can see, it's gonna make this indicator more responsive to price changes, which means even the most tiny changes in price are gonna be considered as reversal signals. So if you're going to be using this indicator for short-term trading like scalping, this is the mode that you want to go with. It uses the exponential moving average, also known as the EMA, to smooth out the price data. Next, we have the smoothed mode. This offers smoother signals for longer-term trading using a simple moving average, also known as the SMA. Remember, whenever the smoothed mode is selected, the fast EMA length option is not going to be utilized. While we're still in the settings, I'm going to return the super trend type to smoothed because that is the one I'm going to go with because I'm going to be trading this on the 1 hour time frame of GBP/JPY. After that, click OK. Now, as you can see, this indicator is made up of only few components. We have this trend ribbon that traverses our chart. This is the super trend line, and it's going to be used to track the trend of the market. Whenever it's colored green or cyan, like here, that indicates a bullish trend. If it changes its color to red, that would indicate a bearish trend. These red and green arrows are going to be used to indicate the trend changes. A red arrow is going to be printed whenever the trend shifts from bullish to bearish. Conversely, a green upward arrow is going to be printed whenever the trend shifts from bearish to bullish. Now here comes the most important question, which is,
but how can we use this indicator to trade?
Well, this is just like the traditional SuperTrend indicator. You can use it to identify the trend. But in order to maximize the potential of this indicator, we're going to add a simple price action concept of breaks and retests to craft a simple strategy. But before we go over that, let's talk about the Forex broker called HenkoTrade. I've been using HenkoTrade for quite some time. As you can see here, this is my live account on HenkoTrade's all-new trading platform called HenkoX. This is actually a new trading platform that they launched recently. It has improved functionality, fast execution, and overall better user interface. The reason why I love HenkoTrade so much is because of their low commissions and spreads. For those of us who love high leverage, well, HenkoTrade offers a maximum leverage of 1 to 500. If all of this isn't enough, they're also going to give you a 100% deposit bonus for all your first deposits of between $100 all the way to $25,000. So if you deposit, say, $500, they're going to give you a bonus of $500, giving you a total of $1,000 to trade with. To access the bonus as well as all the other perks, sign up to HenkoTrade using the link in the video description. Now, back to the video. Now, as mentioned earlier, this indicator can be used for 1, trend identification, and 2, it can also be used as an entry confirmation indicator because these red and green arrows can be used as buy and sell signals. A green upward arrow, like this, within a bullish trend could be an indication of a buy entry point. Conversely, a red downward arrow, like this, within a bearish trend could be an indication of a sell entry point. But of course, the best way of using this indicator to trade is by combining it with a simple price action method. And that is where our break and retest strategy is going to come into play. Let me show you an example. So to take a long trade, the first condition is going to be to identify a bullish trend. To do that, you just want to make sure that the super trend line is colored green or cyan and that the price is consistently trading above it. This indicates a bullish trend. Now, after we have the bullish trend, we're going to be looking for a pullback to happen. To do that, we're going to be using the same liquidity-weighted SuperTrend indicator. We want the price to come back down and to have a red downward arrow printed on a candle like this. After we have the arrow, we want the very next candle, the candle that comes after this, to have a green upward arrow. They have to follow each other back to back. So let's play this and find out. this is exactly what we're looking for. A red downward arrow immediately followed by a green upward arrow on the next candle. This is the pullback. If there is a gap with any amount of candles between the red and green arrows, that entry is going to be invalidated. Now, our last condition is going to be during this pullback, you want to identify the swing low of that pullback. In this particular trade example, this is the swing low. The basic idea is we want this swing low to be rejecting off of a previously broken resistance level. To confirm that, you just take your rectangle tool, draw from the low of the support level to the close of the candles, and then you want to drag it all the way to the right. And then you want that level to go and touch at least one resistance level. In this particular example, this was the resistance level. And as you can see, the price established it right here. Then it went back down, came back up, broke and closed above it, and retested it once right here. And this was the second retest. Combine that with the fact that we are in a bullish trend and the super trend indicated a buy signal, that is going to increase the probability of this trade turning out profitable. Take a long trade here. The stop loss goes right under the most recent swing low. For the take profit, it's going to be 1.5 times the risk. Letting the trade run, and as you can see, it was profitable. And of course, to take a short position, it's going to be the opposite. Ladies and gentlemen, that is just one of the many ways that you can use the liquidity-weighted SuperTrend Indicator to trade. Another way of using this indicator to trade would be to add a different buy and sell indicator. You know, something like the PineTrades Market Beacon Indicator. This one right here. This indicator combines unique price action and smart money concepts to craft super profitable buy and sell signals. Now, in order to use this, we're going to access the settings of the SuperTrend Indicator so we can disable the up and down arrows. After that, click OK. Now, to take a long trade, the conditions are going to be the same. You identify a bullish trend, you wait for the price to do a pullback within that bullish trend by having the price come all the way and touching the super trend line. Also, during the pullback, you don't want many candles to close under the line. It could be one candle or a maximum of 3 candles. Then the candles should turn back to green. After that, you wait for a long signal to be printed to indicate your entry point. Once you have the entry point, the last thing that we're going to do is to mark the swing low that happened during this pullback, which is this one right here. Use your rectangle tool and extend it all the way to the left. And the basic idea is to find at least one resistance level corresponding to this horizontal level. Just like last time, this is the resistance level. The price did a break and several retests of this level, including the retest that happened during our pullback. Now, the only thing that we changed this time around is that we're no longer using the buy and sell signals of the super trend indicator. Instead, we're going to be using the long signal from the PineTrades Market Beacon Indicator. You enter a long trade here. Set your stop loss right below the most recent swing low, or you can even put it under the super trend line. The take profit can be anything you want. For me, I'm gonna go with 2 times the risk. And as you can see, that trade was profitable. And of course, for a short position, it's going to be the opposite. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to remember that the PineTrades Market Beacon is a private indicator. So to get access to it, you want to use this link down in the video description, and it's going to take you to this page where you're going to get a 30% discount as well as a 14-day money-back guarantee, basically giving you more than enough time for all your testing. So use the link. Remember, the strategy showcased in this video is just an example of how you can use this indicator to trade, and it doesn't even mean that it's a profitable strategy. So go ahead and figure out the best way of using this indicator to trade, and if you find a way to use it, remember to risk accordingly and only trade with money you can afford to lose. That's been it for this video. I hope you found some value. If you did, hit the like button below and consider subscribing to stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you next time.